Hey YouTube, metalskinstudios here. You know how sometimes in life you come across fucktardry that is so breathtakingly stupid, so intellectually disingenuous, so bigoted, and such a good example of fallacious discourse.
And our argument is that atheism is as much religious, is as much a religion as Roman Catholicism, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism. It's just another ism, only this one's called atheism.
It's just another ism. It's just that this one is called atheism. Just another ism? Here's a few isms that you should check. Sexism, capitalism, objectivism. Are those things religion? Atheism is defined as a lack of belief in a god or gods. That's what putting the prefix a in front of a word sometimes means. It means not, without, in the case of atheism. Now, why don't you give us a definition of a religion while you're there?
We see here in Webster's new 20th century dictionary, the definition of a religion is, of course, any specific system of belief.
Religion is defined as a belief in and reverence for a supernatural power or powers regarded as creator and governor of the universe. A personal or institutionalized system grounded in such belief and worship. The life or condition of a person in a religious order, or a set of beliefs, values, and practices based on the teachings of a spiritual leader.
I would say atheists are in denial. They actually know that God does exist, and they're just God haters. And they're in denial, you know. So we all know about people in denial, you know, you got to face the facts.
Atheists are in denial. We've never fucking heard this one before. Atheists know there's a God. They just deny it because they're idiots.
I think atheism is like taking you can take Novocaine to deaden the nerve endings or something. Well, I almost think like atheism is like a drug, a mental drug. Instead of Novocaine, maybe I would call it like stupid cane.
Stupid cane, because it's like a mental drug that makes you stupid.
It's a self-induced psychological mental condition.
Atheists make themselves crazy. It's their fault.
It's like a disease. Or
atheists are sick.
You want to see what atheism does?
Let's see what atheism does. Please, Mama wants to see what atheism does.
You want to see what atheism does? Look at communism.
Communism? Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Please explain. Because I'm sure it's going to make everything a lot clearer.
Okay, they're an atheistic, well, they control the people because they don't want any beliefs hindering their government control over the people.
Wait a minute. They control people because they don't want to have people thinking there's no God, and that's going to overthrow the government if they do? Atheists are oppressors.
So what you have is these oppressed people.
Atheists are just poor, oppressed people. Wait. Huh?
That have no hope, that are totally empty. You can look in their eyes.
Oh yeah, just look in their eyes. It's so terrible. But like Nietzsche said, remember, when you look in the eyes of an atheist, the atheist is looking deep inside of you.
You see the economical chaos. You see that communism doesn't work. Well, atheism doesn't work.
See, there's the proof. Atheism doesn't work. because communism doesn't work. USA! 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 China! What? What?
What is actually happening is man states that he is God, since he doesn't believe in God. That way he can be God. So it's a big ego trip, basically, is what it is.
They're just ego-tripping freaks. Really? Yeah, that's what they are. Totally.
Atheists hate God. They're bitter. They have a rage that seems to permeate their personalities. And when you listen to debate tapes, as I have, and seen them speaking in public forums, that rage and that hatred against God and against those people that would affirm God.
Atheists can't hide their true feelings.
We would think that in common society you'd at least clean up your language a little bit in a public speech.
If there's no God, there's no morals.
Right.
Satan hates us. We're rebellious, but Satan can add to that rebellion by making us even more venomous. He wants to kill us, keep us away from the truth.
Atheists are foul-languaged, vulgar, Tourette's syndrome sufferers because of Satan.
He wants to kill us, keep us away from the truth, which is accepting Jesus Christ and turning our lives to Him. And he'll do that through atheism, through hate, hating God, and a lot of times this rage, it may not be the individual. These people may have actually demonic influences.
Oh, I'm sure
them.
that.
I've been influenced by the devil.
That are making him this hateful.
When you hear these arguments from the atheists, the skeptics, agnostics, oh, there was no Jesus, or the Bible's a bunch of trash, and all that normal trash that you'll hear from atheists is exactly that. Trash, and can be thrown in the trash can of history along with all the other bad ideas.
What atheists say is just worthless crap. Just throw it away.
And the separation of church and state has been actually twisted. Actually, it was originally intended as a separation of church and state, meaning that God was the superior, the state was underneath.
Atheists have corrupted the meaning of separation of church and state into meaning the separation of church and state, and not what it originally was supposed to mean, that God was superior and the state was like underneath.
But it's been twisted around.
Modern anti-theists proclaim their unbelief in God as part of a package deal which includes totalitarian socialism as the ultimate goal.
Atheists don't believe in God because of their social totalitarianism goals. Viva la revolución!
You know, it was God Bless America at one time, and God came through with God Bless America. But now that we are turning away from God, it's not going to be God Bless America. We're going to end up just like the Russians.
Yeah. See, the thing is, God came through with God Bless America because He blessed America because America believed in God. But if we stop believing in God, then you're going to be communists.
And if you're going to build your reasoning and logic and conclusions on the basis of this glob of neurons, your finite mind, and instead of the Word of God, which is very proved, and God Himself telling us, well, that's just insane. That's illogical, and it's dumb. I'm sorry, but it is stupid.
Right. Atheists are insane. They're dumb because they choose to think with their finite minds and not an infinite God.
It's an attack on God. That's a good definition for atheism. It's rebellion against God.
They're just God haters.
It's hatred of God.
Atheism is hate and hating God, and atheists are just haters who hate.
God. Have you been brainwashed? Do you have a psychological imbalance that causes you to be an atheist? What is the reason for you to be an atheist?
Atheists are brainwashed.
Atheists aren't atheism for all these high and mighty intellectual reasons. Well, I've got philosophical arguments here that show there's no God. It's not that. It's because they already had their minds made up beforehand.
Atheists are just intellectual douchebags, really. I mean, they think that by just putting on a gray suit, oversized glasses, and pointing a baguette at some yellow cardboard visual aids, that, you know, that makes them smart. Really, they're fucking idiots.
That they rejected God for some personal reason. So maybe it's for sex. I want to have sex with this person, or I want to take these drugs.
Atheists don't want to believe in God because they just want to fucking get high all the time. Yeah, well, maybe.
I mean, you go into a lot of people's family lives, or I didn't get the woman I wanted to marry, and I'm blaming you, God. Or
atheists reject God because they're stuck fucking ugly chicks they don't even love.
Or my husband died, and it's all your fault, God, for letting him die with cancer. That was just terrible, and I'm blaming God.
Or because people that they love die from cancer. That's why they don't believe in God. For sure.
Or the Nazis killed 6 million Jews.
Wait. Huh?
Or the Nazis killed 6 million Jews.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
It'll be coming up.
Well, life without God's a joke, okay, guys? There's no reason to even be here. You're just a bug that's going to get squashed. Big deal, right? Very bad for your self-esteem. But it's also there is a lie, there is a conspiracy, and it's taught in our schools today, and it's called evolution, and we hope to clear that out of the way.
Atheists lie to our kids in school every day by teaching evolution.
Atheism is false because it's philosophically absurd.
Claim. It is philosophically absurd. Evidence. Argument. None.
Atheism is false, point 2, because it's scientifically erroneous.
Claim. It is scientifically erroneous. Evidence. Argument. None.
All right, then 3. Atheism is false because it's morally bankrupt. Dale's brought this up several times. You know, if there's no God, there's no good, there's no evil. What's right, what's wrong?
Claim. It is morally bankrupt. Evidence. The guy next to me said so repeatedly. Aren't you listening?
4, it's socially destructive, and that gets into what you were just saying. We could go into our neighbor's house, rob, rape, mutilate. What's this guy? There's been a lot of news about a cannibal in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. He's been eating people. Mm-hmm. I think he particularly liked their livers or their brains or something like that.
It was their liver.
It was a liver? Yeah, I mean, a real gourmet there.
Claim. It is socially destructive. Argument. Because the guy next to me just said so. Oh, and don't you remember Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer who was, like, doing cannibalism and shit? Yeah. Yeah, wait, he was a Christian.
Because it's humanly degrading.
It is humanely degrading.
Man is just an animal like any other.
Claim. It is humanely degrading. Evidence or argument. Well, because apes are sick, disgusting animals. They're amoral. You're not one of those, are you?
Nothing special. In this belief, Hitler's attitude toward the Jews is just as valid as any other opinion.
Oh, and it justifies everything Hitler did, so you don't agree with Hitler, do you?
The atheists are liars, to put it bluntly. When they come up with all these phony arguments against the Bible and stuff, and the minute you answer it, they just come up with something else. It just means that they were lying on the first premise because it didn't mean anything to them, and the minute you answered, they just come up with something else.
Atheists are liars who get pwned all the time. Atheists don't understand. They just come back with some more bullshit arguments.
If you should die right now, and you're one heartbeat from eternity, you'll go directly to hell. So think about it.
You're gonna die soon. Better believe in Jesus when it happens. So many fucktards. So little time.